Friday night, FSBRacing.com. It's Winston Cup 88. All the stars are here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is at Homestead, the original Homestead, Florida. And we got Mark DeCenza on pole, and this is Milton Minter Jr. along with my cohort in crime, Sean Reed. What's up, Sean?
Another Friday night, another great Winston Cup race on the docket for tonight. Great to have you back, Milty. And yeah, Slim's taking it old school. No more of that super speedway-esque progressive banked homestead. So this should be definitely an interesting wrinkle thrown into things. But as you can see, Mark DeCenza, the Rocket, you don't call him that for nothing. He's up front. Let's see if he's got something for Slim, who has been nothing short of dominant so far this season, winning both races to start the year.
Slim Shady. Then you got Pops Markinson in third there. Great qualifying for Pops and the Scotch Blue Ford. Tell you what, this is going to be good. And this track has got all kinds of crazy stuff, along with the very little banking and hard braking, which I always loved. You got these pit road entrance and exits, which you have to challenge, but not too hard.
Yeah, they are another flat track in and of themselves, Milty. They and you gotta try and get every bit you can getting out of them and in them under green flag if you want to keep up. And guys like Slim are gonna hit their marks going in there. Mark DeCenza, that can be an Achilles heel for him, as I mentioned on the broadcast last week. Sometimes he pushes it a little too far in speeds, and that's an easy one to do because you just want to surge at that last second, get a little bit more out of it before you get onto pit road, and you can easily get yourself dinged.
He likes to lead, and he knows one speed, and that's balls to the wall, man.
All right, we are on the grid. Oops, apologies to Sam. I forgot to install the FSB pace car. I'll get that next week, boss. Sorry, man. As you were mentioning, our grid. Up front, Mark DeRocket DeCenza in the 6 car. Outside, our admin and one to beat anywhere we go, Jim Gately, Slim. Row 2, we got Pops Markinson in the number 99. 53, TG Reese to the outside. Brian Lamb with another strong qualifying effort. P5. Flat tracks suit him pretty well. He's a road racer at heart, so he likes to use all the pedals, and it's good to see him have a good qualifying run. Outside, Ryan Johnson looking to bounce back for some tough luck last week at California. He's been checked and released and ready to go in the number 59 Brothers Body and Paint Buick.
He was
inside. I'm sorry, Milty, go ahead.
He was dead.
yeah, that hurt. I don't know if it would have been quite that bad, but it definitely hurt to watch. Let's move it back a few rows here. We got the number 43 car of Rick Bisconer. And to his outside, Jeff Hale in the 29. He's another one to watch any place you go. Was he wasn't there last week, was he? So we didn't get a chance to watch Hale in action.
That was a great Jeff Hale.
Yeah, he's always, like I said, anywhere you go.
He's reinvented himself. He used to be just a hard charger. Now he's got the whole, that slim checkered flag.
Whether it's a super speedway or a flat track. Yeah, all hail Hale. Then bringing up last couple of rows here, we got to the inside. Ken Hansen in the number 9 Bill Elliott car. Outside, Evan Castle in the 55. And once again, our young Will Farmer in that number 2. What was that? Dale Jarrett back in the day driving that thing, the number 2 car. The Kroger Chevrolet.
Yeah. Back in the day. These are back in the day cars.
Back in the day cars. A track that wasn't around quite this far back in the day, but it's old school, and we are green. You can already see him hard on the brakes.
Very careful there. He wants to last a little bit longer than last week.
Not surprisingly, we've got Mark and Slim pulling out to the lead. No challenges there on the first lap.
Yeah, you can run the high line here if you get 2 tires in, but still the preferred line is the bottom. Bill Farmer trying to take a look at Dino Francisconi in the back. Dino's running that rim ride out there, pushing a little bit, but getting a good exit coming out.
Yeah, we'll go side by side and watch this developing, as our front pack seems to have sorted itself out.
On the split screen, baby.
A little bit of action behind Slim there. TG Reese on the gathers it up. Good job there. Yeah, this is like it's like a big New Hampshire to me. And if you get those wheels down on the apron, even with this low banking, it can upset the car if you're getting on the throttle.
Well, you can visually see there when you look that the camber goes, totally opposite. It's not just flat on the bottom. It's, negative camber away from what you're looking for with that front tire grip.
I can only imagine what that would do to a steering wheel on a real car in your hands.
Yeah, this is a track my dad got to drive right at when he was in remission with cancer. Of course, they ran the road course in the middle too in an IMSA car. It was very, very neat.
Oh wow!
But he was absolutely exhausted and sick, and stuff. But
I wasn't sure if this track had been built before or after he'd passed. That's cool that he got to drive a new facility.
Yeah.
Of course, this track has undergone several changes over the year. I mean, we call this old school Homestead, but this isn't even the original Homestead. The original was more squared off, and they changed it to this bigger flat oval shape because the squared off kind of mini Indy was creating some bad angles if people got loose going into the corner. And we lost John Nemechek, Joe's brother, who John Hunter is named for.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Crashed a truck going in there. Yeah, it made a bad angle. If you got into a corner and wheel hopped it, the car or truck in his case would loop around and you would hit driver's side door first into the wall. And it's just a bad scene. They didn't have safers back then. No one was smart enough to say, "Gee, we keep hitting hard walls with hard cars and getting at basilar skull fractures. Maybe we need to look at that." And so they reconfigured the track. Absolutely. The safety innovations of the last 20, 15 years, just absolutely astounding. Meanwhile, this field has stretched itself out, single file, and
Pops
settled in.
Gets loose there. That was a tank slapper, a nice save by Pops. Go.
It looks like he's got it under control.
Well, tire wear is crucial here, and that's, you want to get single file and try to get your opponent. It's hard to pass right now. Later on, you're going to see tire dag big time. Not as much with this physics as, let's say, like the Cup physics, but...
No, these are trucks underneath it all, so...
Yeah.
Their center of gravity is higher, the wheelbase is longer, which is actually more true to the 1988 car. These have a 1988 style wheelbase. But, the tires don't wear as much because of the horsepower. You're not carrying as much speed going in, and you're not putting as much power down coming off. That's what's really going to save the tires versus Cup. And it looks like Pops is in the clutches of TG again.
Well, back in the pack, you're seeing The youngster Will Farmer running 38.4, pretty much on average. And looking up towards the front here, they're running 38.2s. So a faster pace. Will that hurt their tires? Or hard to say with these guys. They're so good, they can be faster and smoother.
Absolutely, and don't forget that smooth is fast too. You know, sometimes you can, if you're fighting the car to get through the corners, you're not only going slower, but you're using the tires up faster. And here TG's taking a look off 4, and looks like he's going to get around Pops cleanly.
Oh, and there's a pass for the lead, and Mark DeCinza gives it up. That was a move over right there. Okay, you're on me. I'm gonna let you go and see if I can try to save my tires and back up the corners a little bit to stay with you.
Meanwhile, quietly creeping into the picture here is Ryan Johnson in that 59 car. I don't know if just the pass allowed him to close the gap, or if he's actually running him down independently, but he is right there, just as far away from Mark as Mark is from Slim.
Well, that car from last week, they just took it to the dump and crushed it into a little box.
Oh yeah, the good thing you wouldn't take the same car to California and Homestead in the first place.
What are we looking at for pit stops here?
Well, it is still a mile and a half, so I think you're going to see the same mile-and-a-half window.
34,
Yeah,
36?
Of the 32 to 35 range of fuel mileage here. Meanwhile, Pops has also been passed by the 29 of Jeff Hale.
Just watch the technical brilliance of the 23 car. Step yourself into a Slim Jim. And he's just so smooth and is able to pick up those apexes just like a machine, you know.
Yeah, I kidded with him last season when he made the schedule. I said, oh, you picked all the tracks that you're good at, huh? The truth of the matter is he's good at them all. And he makes most of the setups, too. He makes ours for the FSB trucks, and for anything we don't already have a setup for here in Winston Cup, he makes that as well. And they're very good setups. Anybody can drive them, but you still got to try and catch him.
Absolutely. He's always made great setups, and inquiring minds want to know, is he going to run a full season, you know?
That's always been the
road. He doesn't, you know? Otherwise, he'd have a ton of championships. But, you know, he just wants to get out there and compete and win races. But it would be nice to see him get a trophy, you know?
Absolutely.
I mean, he's got some, but, I mean, he could have had a trophy case full of stuff if he was, you know, but family first, life first.
Now, if Slim doesn't run the full season, I'm not sure who that leaves as a favorite at this point for his competition. Because Jeff Hale's already missed a week. I guess it would have to be between Mark DeCinza and Ryan Johnson at that point.
Yeah,
DeCinza again is another one who would have a pile of trophies if his work schedule wasn't what it was and could, you know, make or stick around for more races.
And sometimes he's even had to like bail out of the race before it's over.
Yeah, I remember that when he was working nights. Yep. Tell you what, Ryan Johnson is all over his teammate there. Well, they're both his teammates actually up front, but he's looking for a way around Mark DeCinza right now.
Evan Castle trying to stay in touch with Dino. Evan's new here, obviously, since I've been broadcasting, and Dino's got a lot of experience here, so this is a good, solid run right now. Once you get a full race under his belt, I'm sure.
Yeah, Evan's
And
proved himself well since showing up.
Yeah, everything's chill right now, but it's gonna get exciting here, and when you start getting pit stops, these pit road entrances are crazy, and the angle of going into the hitting the line, very easy if you push a little too hard to get sideways, or if you get stuck behind a slower car that's not, you can lose a ton of time. There's so many things that can happen about when these guys decide to pit.
I had a race in the bag at the old Homestead in the Truck Series a few years ago. And I got rear-ended by someone else coming in on a green flag pit stop and knocked over the speed limit.
And that's
black flag right there.
Real easy to have happen. Very hard to see. You're turning. You don't see that line and that end of the wall until you're almost on it.
Meanwhile, Pops continues to fall back through the pack as Brian Lamb and young Will Farmer, who's going to get sick of us calling him young by the end of the night, gets around him.
That's because I'm old, so I wish I was young. So I wish they called me young Milt Minner. And we have a younger driver now than Isaac.
Absolutely.
Isaac's the old man now. Cup champion.
High school graduate.
I remember when I was 17 last year. But now I'm 18, and I've seen a lot of stuff. Then he does go-kart racing. He's a smart kid too, man. Gonna be going to college.
Yep, just graduated high school, heading off to college. I'm gonna get a chance, trying to make it work. The Johnsons are coming out to New Jersey in July, going down to Atlantic City, some kind of dance competition for the
Johnson and Johnson.
the sister. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and swing, getting down there, and meeting up with them if I can. That should be fun.
That'd be awesome. Good battle here with the 2-car and Brian Lamb.
Yeah, we got Ryan working on his teammate up here. Had to back off out of it a little bit, and then you got Will Farmer's continuing his charge forward here. Remember, he started shotgun on the field. Has moved himself up to 8th.
Very smooth and being real patient, working him, and that pressure gets in your head when you know the guy caught you, and you know why he caught you, because he's going faster than you, and it's. Reality is, should I try to defend, or do I need to let him go and fight another day? At this point of the race, I'm thinking, let him by. We'll see.
Yeah, first he's got to get his nose there.
Yeah, first he's got to get his nose there.
That can be the rub. As Ken Hansen looks to the inside of Pops.
The nose goes and the nose goes. Take a look at these lap times now. Same car we were looking at earlier, the 2, Will Farmer. Last lap 39.2, so we're looking at upwards of a second degradation in lap times. Look up at the leaders who were running 38.2s earlier. Since the last lap 38.8. Wow. That best lap 38.1. But he's in P2 and he's got Sir Ryan all over him here.
Yeah, we knew tire wear was going to be a factor tonight, and we're definitely seeing that.
That's what makes it so exciting. That's why I love this version. I mean, it shows you who's best at these mile and a halves, man. Right now, it's at 23 so far.
Yep, after 23 laps, it's been all 23. Actually, well, we had DeCenzo on up front to start there. He is pulling away, though. So he is, like I said, smoother's faster. You get in there, you fight it, you wear it up.
Threw a Slim Jim wrapper out the door there, so getting a little energy. I see the crew over there pumping up a little, snap yourself into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to be throwing the wrappers out. I don't think he wants to see a caution tonight. Call it a hunch.
Right up against the wall, inches away from the wall, and then right down in that perfect apex, about 10 feet in the center of the corner, away from the center, right in that line, just lap after lap. And look at the scanner. Nothing. We do not expect them to be pitting for probably another 8 to 10 laps.
I would have to think the same, yes.
.38.9.
Alright, this time around, yeah, we're gonna hop on board the professor and let him take us to school at Homestead. As he brings it around off 4 to start a new lap.
And he does drive cockpit view. A lot of guys drive different views or combinations of views, which are illegal. Slim Jim is old school like me. He's a straight up cockpit.
Yeah, I get motion sick. I can't last 2 laps in cockpit. I get sick. They see how smooth he just floats it on down in there, not fighting the car at all, not hard on the brakes. It's carrying that motor in there deeper than you thought.
And lift, you know. Kind of lay on them and then you lift.
Kind of double apexed that one and drifted up a little in the center like you would at Bristol.
Yeah, because the corner is not a straight round corner. It's got like a little dog leg in it and a flat spot, right? This corner is much flatter and then kind of the hump coming out, turn 1 and 2. It's very subtle, but watch it again when he comes in here. Kind of brings it out to that outside right there. And then arcs it back in. That is the textbook line. Very hard to do. Because you got to trust yourself to let that car drift out a ways, you know.
Meanwhile, he has absolutely checked out on his teammates, Mark DeCenzo and Ryan Johnson.
Yeah! He gone.
Like, they can't even sniff his draft. Oh, DeCenzo gets a little apron there. And we should be coming up on that fuel window pretty soon. In fact, Mark is pitting. He's on the scanner.
Box. Pit now.
And I looked at chat on the wrong window. Oh well.
Whoopsie! Down pit road, the Wrangler Chevrolet. 45 miles an hour. He's right on 45. 44, 45, 44, 45. These guys do not miss. Every little thing here means something.
Absolutely. And when a race has got a green flag feel like tonight, it's not hyperbole to say the race will be won and lost here in the pits.
Oh, there's my sound effects there.
Very realistic. I was wondering why I could hear Mark's crew, because usually you can't hear other people's crews.
Four
So
tires for the 6, and he's out.
that was definitely some Michael Winslow level sound effects there, Milty.
Well, you know, the thing
Ooh,
is,
Pops has some issues.
do the
Oh,
math.
bad stop.
What do you need? Like a 34 to make it without an extra stop? And are some of these guys going to try to run a few more laps? Or
I
Dino is
wouldn't
pitting, Pops.
want to take it any less than 33 a run. 32 isn't going to get you there.
Yeah, and then you might be able to, your last run, do that 34. I think you got to do one, I think.
If you do 33 each time, that's 109. You're 2 to the good.
Ah, okay. That's why you're the brains of the operation.
Yeah, you do 32 each time, then you're a lap short, because that's 106.
We got more cars pitting. T.G. Reese is
Never
still
mind.
on the track here. 29 is pitting. TG hasn't signaled yet. What's
Of
he
course,
going to do?
I'm doing for 97, not 107.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so you want, yeah, you want 30, you want 34, yeah. You want
34, yeah.
We got Bill Farmer and Ken Hansen coming in.
TG Reese still out.
Yeah, TG proved us wrong
Now
on
he's
fuel mileage.
pitting.
Here comes Professor
That's a great
Slim
job.
pitting. Look
Great
at that
job by
entry.
Slim in the lead and saving fuel. That's insane.
Yeah, but just look at how he gets around that access road. Just like a road course turn. Ooh, hopefully it wasn't too hot there.
Ryan Johnson, nice and smooth. The 59 Brothers Body and Paint Buick down pit road. These guys are in that fuel window.
So now let's see how this plays out for Mark DeSenza. He gave
He
up.
misses his stall. He has to back up. Ryan Johnson lost just a couple seconds there. T.G. Reese safely into his stall. Brian Lamb, nice, into his stall. Faster than T.G. That was a very good in for having to go around the cars. Very difficult. He went right around 59 of Ryan Johnson. Very nice for Brian Lamb. Got to finish the deal of the exit.
Now you see what those couple laps on new tires did for Mark DeSenza. He erased and eclipsed that lead that Slim had coming in.
Slim's not going to worry about that, though, because it'll come right back and it'll multiply.
Absolutely, but it was a decent short-term move.
Yeah, unless, maybe we'll get a caution. You never know. I mean, that's what he do anyway, so he's going to go for it. Loves driving fast.
Well, Ryan Johnson's out, and he lost a ton of time on that exchange.
Yeah, just that sliding through his stall a little bit. It's so hard. Your vision is not that good, and you got to turn this 3,500-pound beast right on a little tiny piece of real estate.
I'm actually showing Ryan in fourth with Evan Castle up to third. He must be in the pits by now.
Evan Castle leaving pit road now, yeah, so 35 laps for Evan. He was going, a little slower than the leaders, so makes sense. Still, that's money in the bank. If he could stay on this course and not get lapped, and then a caution come out while the other cars have to pit, chilling in the building.
That is the rub, though. Yeah, see, now he's fallen all the way back to 11th after the exchange. Pops Marguson, 35 seconds back. He's almost lapped. In fact, here they come. Mark DeSenza has him in sight.
This blows you away when you have guys like these two leading the race here, and after your first stop, you're just about to get lapped. It's really disheartening, you know. You got to keep fighting. Well, you know, when they're running 5-6 tenths a lap faster than the field, it adds up quickly. A lot of yardage. 38.2 last lap for Mark, 38.1 for the professor.
So the next battle on the track could be here with Jeff Hale catching Ryan Johnson after that slow pit stop on Ryan's part.
Pops must have had an issue there, because he went way
Pops,
back.
Yeah, Pops, I saw him when I was watching someone else's pit stop. Pops had to back up as well.
Dino in the top 10 from Madera, California, right up the street from yours truly. Sitting in the motel yesterday before the basketball game. I'm watching Mav TV, and they had a race at Madera there where, you know, Jim Ray actually and I went, and Jim did the Rusty Wallace experience there. Damn cars looked just about the same, you know, like late models.
Cool.
Pretty good little race. Talk about a toilet bowl. Yeah, I'm sure it's right off the freeway, so I'm sure Dino drives by there every day. A hard-working man, does a lot of night work and stuff. All over the 09 car is the two. These two have had a battle this whole race. In together, out together. Oh, no, the two almost loses it. Great save by the youngster. See that thing takes lap sideways?
I was just getting the camera over to him.
Again, yeah. Here we go. And he spilled Pepsi all over the place there for show.
See if I can bring that back. So yeah, Will Farmer trying to just get a little too much in there. Too deep on the brakes. Kicks it sideways, but does not go around, does not kill the car.
That's a great save.
Yeah, good save, good hands. Keep the car under you. It may not have done the tires any favors, but he's still in it. And get back what he's doing.
That is the trick. Unfortunately, when you get sideways like that, you know it's going to go. If you stab the brakes and lock those tires up, it tends to straighten the car out. So that's a knee-jerk reaction you learn over time, which is incredible considering was he 15, you know? I mean, he's already got that.
Yeah,
that's one of those things. That's one of those things I didn't learn right away, you know? So I saw other guys doing it.
I remember when I was learning to drive, and at the time here in New Jersey, it was 16 for the permit. My dad took me out to a new development that was being made, so all the roads were still gravel, and he intentionally wanted me to kick the car out of control. You know, you just take a run at it and nail the brakes and just see how it handles. And he was expecting me to, you know, slide it all over the place. I did that. It kicked out sideways on me, and I counter-steered into it, straightened it out, and he looks back at the tire tracks. They split off, and then it went right back into a perfect straight line again. He's like, okay, you got that down. It's one of those things, you either have a feel for it or you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus you want to know your kid can do that, you know.
Yeah, fast forward to when I'm actually driving, and I was the oldest of my friends. You know, they were all younger than me, so I was the one who was driving them everywhere. And they would just make constant comments like, "Oh my God, it's so scary with Sean driving. Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna have a wreck." Deer jumps out in front of us. I nail the brakes. There was no anti-lock brakes in that car, and just like practicing on the gravel, it kicked out to the right. I counter steered out of it, swung around the deer, literally swung around it, and got going again. Rolled the window down and cursed at the deer, and they're just all laughing like, "Okay, we can't say anything anymore." Now we're all, yeah, I'm 40, they're a few years younger than me. I've never had an at-fault accident. I've never had a ticket.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, my friend, who was the one who was the worst about picking on me, he crashed a Chrysler E-Class and drove the drive axle through the frame. I mean, that thing's basically a tank with a license plate on it. How do you kill that? Meanwhile, looks like our next battle on the track is going to be for the lead. I was watching Hansen and TG and Bisconer here, but we also got Mark Slim picking the lead back up from Mark DeSenza.
Real quick, I'm going to take a bridge run sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers. For all you do. Beltner Jr., this spot's for you.
All right. Well, once again, we are very well settled in a race that has a very green flag feel to it. 12 cars took the green, 12 cars still running. Only cars lapped down are Evan Castle and Jim Argeson. Evan stayed out probably way too long on that first run, and Pops had a little problem pitting that number 99 car, but he is in position for the lucky dog should we get that caution flag. And here on the left side, I got the best battle on the track as the 2-lap older tires have finally caught up with Mark DeSenza, and he's starting to lose his grip on Slim Jim Gately. And here they come to put Dino, 10th place car, a lap down. So now he's in the lucky dog, and Pops is in trouble.
Looking at the night car, I saw him downshift. I know in the Cup car back in the day, he could have the option of using third or fourth. The 9 is definitely shifting.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was just a visual glitch, because sometimes when the RPMs get low enough, the game makes it look like someone else's car is shifting, and you ask them, and they'll say, "No, I'm not." But yeah, I saw the nose of that car drop down in the corner, and then you see it again there halfway down the straightaway. He is definitely shifting.
And this whole group, all the way back to 5th place, and Rick Pisconer in the STP Racers Edge Buick. This is a battle here. Any of these guys could get in the top 5 here real quick. That's a great leap for Ken Hansen there. He lost a little time there. It was being very conservative, but he must have had a really good stop, and now he's got those guys in his sights. Killers.
Yeah, well, they're still very likely to go a lap down under green at this pace. And Will Farmer's the next in their sights. He's 34 seconds back. But this fifth, 6th, and 7th place pack is 3/4 of a lap behind already.
How's the car run, Bill? Car's running real good.
And that's no knock against these guys. It's just the torrid pace set by our leaders here, Jim Gately and Mark DeSenza.
Last lap, Bisconer 38.8. You look at the leaders, and once I find them, 38.6 for Slim Jim, 38.6 for DeSenza. Still 2/10, even when they don't have as good a lap as they wanted. and just it seems to multiply exponentially over time. And that's typical with this track with great drivers. Some of the great drivers I've raced against, like FSB legends, Hooch, we used to call him, Dave Hackman. He was awesome here, and Damian Godzilla, um, Robert Bobby Bokum, a lot of great drivers in the history. It goes on and on,
Watkins.
Matt Watkins, of course,
The GOAT.
The GOAT.
Now, Matt Watkins, I thought this was originally going to be the modern Homestead like we usually run, I was going to go back and clip that. It was the first Homestead race I ran here at FSB with you guys broadcasting. I will never forget it. We have green flag pit stops, and that son of a gun pulls into his stall out of fuel and gets turned around sideways. As his teammates bump him and knock him into the stall, he gets serviced, he races his lap back, and comes back charging through the field again and wins the damn race. It was that moment that I realized you can't beat that. He just will not be defeated. You have to hope that he has a problem that he can't overcome, because what do you do in the face of that? Meanwhile, business is picking up in the second pack.
What's going on with the 6 car? Mark DeCenza down pit road.
Well, he pitted. He must be on a different strategy, knowing that he can't go the distance. He's probably breaking it up into more even chunks of pit stop here. This second pack is going at it. Jeff Hale's gotten around Ryan Johnson for 3rd place there.
Ryan Lamb down pit road too. They decided to short pit. I figured, well, we can't make it on fuel anyway, so.
That's what I would do if I miscalculated on that first stop, or maybe they just couldn't make it because of tire wear or something on the first run. If you're in that spot where you're going to have to make an extra stop, might as well make it not be with 5 to go, but, break it out evenly. Which could actually work.
Yes, it can. It's worked for me before because I never could save tires, so I just drove like a maniac.
Yeah, it works better when there's a bigger fall off than we're seeing tonight, but it can work.
I would say probably one of my most memorable wins was against Matt Watkins here, and he had the pit. He was sure he wasn't going to have enough gas, and I just went for it and ran out of gas in turn 3 and coasted. And I was going to make it over the line, but my teammates were so excited. One of them tried to bump me and almost wrecked me. Because these cars don't bump very good when you're like out of gas.
No, they don't.
And I was like, what are you doing? But I made it across. I saved it and made it across the start-finish line. And all he could say over and over again was, there's no way. There's no way. And I was like, I beat the GOAT.
Well, that's how he beat me at the Indy 500 last year. I thought I had it. I was like, there is just no way. He started saving gas like 2 or 3 laps after a restart, which Jeff Hale had been saving from the get-go on. Hale ran out of gas, and I made an extra stop. I was there I was just waiting for Watkins to run out of gas, and son of a gun, he rolled across the line, sputtering, when I was just a few seconds behind. It's a teaspoon of gas he saved. I don't know how he did it. He started going at it, full speed on the restart with me, and somehow he made gas over the run.
Yeah, it's hard to do in those Indy cars.
Yeah, they're just Trans Am cars. We got Pops on pit road again. The tough part about that Indy mod is that because the hitbox is one of those things that's hard coded by Papyrus and you can't touch it or iRacing will sue you. They'll lose, but they'll ruin you anyway. Is that the collision box is bigger than the car because it's the size of a Trans Am car, not an Indy car. So bump drafting is a risky proposition in those things. You can't always see if you're lined up.
Yeah, you have a silhouette. More pit stops. Well, Farmer pitting.
We'll follow him on the picture-in-picture here.
Now, these guys that made these good laps, they still got a ways to go before they're going to pit. Got to get to 68. A lot of people are bailing on that. More tires for the Pepsi car.
Slim is pitted. Ooh.
Wow.
That might have been hot again.
Wow. He's really challenging that. Oh, and he locked it up going in big time. The professor doesn't think he can make it either. Or he's seeing the strategy of the other contenders and thinking that I think we need to go for speed here.
I don't know. Let me fail at doing math again here and see what they might be thinking. So we're at 64 of 107. That leaves us 73 to go. That is not divisible by any window that we've been seeing tonight. So that's I don't get it. See if I'm out there. And
wow, Ryan Johnson clutching right now.
If I was out there and I'd already made my bed for 35 lap runs or 34 lap runs even, I'd just be sticking to that.
And this is something I've done here before too, and that's how I won that one race. Was you can clutch here.
Yeah, any place you coast so long, any place you got so much time off throttle, instead of braking, you can just back off early, coast it in on the clutch. That's what inspired me to finally install a clutch pedal in this wheel after 17 years.
Definitely clutching.
Oh yeah, he can hear his motor shutting off. Let's ride with him.
He needs to make 2 more laps, or 1 more lap, and then he's in lap.
You can see his tack drop. Oh, there's smoke in turn 3 and 4, and no caution, nobody around. Here we go again in turn 1. You watch that tack drop all the way down. Definitely clutching. So it's interesting. So he's short pitted and he's clutching. That can't make sense this one, Milty. Oh no, he didn't short pit. Okay, he's one of the ones that had stayed out.
Yeah.
My bad.
And he's got these faster cars behind him, which makes it even harder. You miss it when you clutch and you miss it. Bisconder goes by him there, very patient.
Yeah, he's not concerned about the other cars right now, Milty. He's just concerned about saving that fuel.
Here. Wow, and they're coming through like Crow. Getting interesting. interesting. TG Reese leaving pit road. Right by him. No signal from the 59 yet.
Now he's going to need to make 69 or 70 to make this work.
Okay. Then you'd have 37.
Ooh, getting real close there with Lamb.
You can get, I've gotten 36, I think, clutching, but you got to clutch from the beginning.
Yeah, and that must be what he's done.
.55 pitting this lap. He's made 69. It's going to be awful hard for him to make that run there, but 37, not sure if the 55 is going to clutch from here on out or not. But his fuel saving has been extraordinary, and that's his bed.
Yep, yeah, exactly. He's going for it. Here we come. On lap 69, 70. He's gotta come in this time, right? Get your scanner up, Milty.
There's nothing. Ryan Johnson waves. And he goes by again. Going to be 71. He makes it this lap. He's got enough. And he pitting. Ryan Johnson, Brothers Body and Paint, Buick is pitting still under power. This is a great move right here.
This could be the move of the race if we go green.
On this type of strategy, you just need nice and easy. Don't try to do anything too crazy on pit road. Just execute.
Because he's pitting.
No slides. No.
Yeah,
he slid through his stall last time, so he needs to nail this one.
That might be when he decided to make it a fuel mileage race, when he slid through his stall.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because now, look, he only pitted from 5 seconds back instead of the 23 or whatever he would have been otherwise.
Right on 45 miles an hour.
Meanwhile, up front.
Nice. Oh, and he misses his stall again. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
That's not going to mean anything if he can, if this thing goes green.
No,
well, good. I mean, you never know because these leaders are clicking off hot laps. So.
And I've seen even fuel mileage races come down to just a few seconds.
Yeah, I mean, can't say that he's won it, but his bet is be laid. So you got to figure Slim Jim's going to break it in half here. Wherever he pitted, which was early, he's going to probably cut that in half and then drive the tar out of it and then pit. And DeCenza pitted several laps earlier than him. So, and once again, DeCenza is in the lead because of that. So, huge tire dag fall off.
Yeah, and once again, Slim and DeCenza battling for the lead.
He all over him.
Like hot pants on a cheerleader.
Ka-ching. On the inside, the Slim Jim Chevrolet. He can't make the pass. Mark fight, and then Mark moves over. Good, same place he let him by before.
Yep, they're teammates. They know each other's tire states. DeCenza knows what strategy he's going for. Slim knows what he's got. No reason to make it more difficult than it has to be.
The track position difference for Rick Pisciner is third, and he's on the tail end of the lead lap. And fourth place is TG Reese, and he's already been passed.
Yeah, about a lap or two here. We're going to only have 2 cars on the lead lap.
Now they're teammates, right? So I mean, they want to. They're probably considering. Look, man, I got to win this race. You're going to have to move over. I'd like to, hang behind you and hope a caution comes out, but it's not looking that way.
I don't think they're teammates anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Farmer gets out of the way of the leaders there. Very good, cordial driving. It just showed me everything: speed, skill, patience, and etiquette. Very nice young man. Here's what I see so far.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to his charge, because he had moved all the way about halfway through the field after the start on that first run, but now he's fallen back to 11th again. We'll be 2 laps down when we get an update on the leaderboard.
Oh, Bisconner is not giving it up so easy, or maybe he's just farting around a little bit there, but
Rick will do that. He will not go quietly into the night. He'll make you earn getting around him even if he's laps down, because he wants to try and hang on to that lucky dog or not have to use it. But I don't think. Well, we know he doesn't have anything for Slim. That was just trying to hold on for one more lap, hoping to catch caution.
over time now the pace has slowed a little bit. A lot of traffic, but I think that's the same for everybody. Everybody's all jumbled up now.
And to be honest, I don't know when to expect them on pit road again. Got like 15 different strategies at play here.
Yeah, DeCinza pitted as early as 62, so you're going to see him split that in half, which would be 45, so 22 to, he might stop twice. 62 be 84. No, that
He
would
is.
be
The census on pit road.
Okay, so he's not even splitting it to 85, which he can go the distance from here. So this will be his last stop, I would say. There'll be 26 laps to the checker flag. Well, it has not hurt him, and he knows his main competition is the 23. So, your move, sir.
Absolutely. I think if I'm Slim at this point,
Gonna do what he's been doing. Just
yeah,
go a little bit farther, so he knows at the end he's gonna do the same thing. Run him down with better tires. See ya. Go ahead and stay out a couple laps, and even though you're gonna lose a little time, Mark will come back out front. He's only went like a couple laps, 2 to 4 laps, so you're gonna see him pit in a few laps here.
honestly,
That's all
I think,
he needs.
I think if I'm Slim, I'd pit next time by, just to be sure that Mark doesn't get too big a run on him. He's already got the entire field a lap down.
But see, if you do that, you're playing into his Mark's strategy. You're going to have the same kind of tires at the end. So that, it's, so that's what these guys have to think about.
The thing is, you don't want to mistime it and stay out too long.
Yeah,
let
exactly.
Mark get too much of that track back. Because the laps will be ticking down after they make this last stop. They'll be within the 20-something lap range. And those can go away pretty quick if he gets a big lead or they get traffic. All kinds of things. A slow stop could throw that out the window.
I'm sorry. Let's take a look at Ryan Johnson's car. It looks like the right-hand side of that bad boy's a little pancaked.
Yeah, I was trying to point that out before on his pit stop. We got to talking about other things. So yeah, I noticed that as well. So that may also have factored into his decision to make the fuel run.
You got a great battle here. 4th position. You got P5, Ken Hansen. No, actually, he's coming up to. He's behind Jeff Hale in 6th. Lamb down to 12th. Something must have happened there. Or I guess it's that early pit stop, but I think Lamb's going to go for one more stop. So, and he'll have better tires. So. Well, these other guys are trying to milk it. Are we still hearing clutching out of the 59? No.
That is surprising to me. I thought to make it on the strategy he was running, he was going to have to clutch it again.
And he is not. He's a little beat up there. Maybe he came to the realization that I don't think I can make it. That's what this race always tends to end up. He really needed to, if he was going to clutch, to start right out the pits.
You know, Mark DeSenza found himself in some traffic.
Slim Jim still out. No, my bad. He has pitted and exited. I guess, no.
Yeah, he's coming out.
No, here we go. He's pitting now.
Yeah, he's pulled out.
41-second lead.
So he ran it down to 21 to go, and here comes Mark DeSenza right now.
You might have been right. He might have waited a little too long. No, he gets out in front of him. Wow. Cold tires, but better tires.
I don't know how that worked out.
Lim was still kicking down good laps with the shorter tire run. There was less dig than it would have been if it was a full run like before. So cutting it in half, Lim lost less time being on the track. Very, very veteran move right there. He knew he was splitting it in half or more, and he knew that his lap times were not suffering.
But even so, he must have.
38.012. That could be one of the fastest laps of the race right there.
He must have just had a stop that much better.
Best lap Mark at 37.8 and Slim at 37.9. So they came out the pits firing.
Meanwhile, third place, Rick Bisconer hits pit road. Going out now. So, how's this going to cycle out?
Oh, Pops Markuson almost. Oh! Oh my gosh, almost. Dino gets around him. Pops almost loses it on the pit road exit.
That could be a black flag.
Right, and he had a car inside and outside leaving pit road, Bisconer, and Wawa.
Looks like third place is cycled to Jeff Hale with Ryan Johnson in fourth.
All hail Jeff.
So if this holds for Ryan Johnson, it looks like it should too, as he's got about a 9-second lead over Ken Hansen. Then this could be a good points move for him. He led some laps. He brought it home in 5th place with a beat up right side, and after making a, that pit miscue, that's the type of night that championships are built on, not just winning the races, but making the best of the bad nights.
Still circling around there, Evan Castle in the 55. This is a great run for him. No contact, no runs, no errors. And he needs to finish the deal and get a good finish under his belt. Look, this is professional sim racing. These guys are really good. So get a nice solid race in like that. You can build on your program and your skills and training and learn from these extremely good drivers. Very nice run for him.
I think Jeff Hale, on the other hand, is clutching. Let's go on board with him on the left side here.
Will Farmer exiting pit road. Dino Francesconi. Great race for him. These guys are battling for top 10s here.
Yeah, Hale is definitely clutching.
Evan Castle up to 9th with his fuel saving. Man, if he can get a top 10, it's going to be hard because I think he's going to lose pace over time. Providing he can make it, even. But a good strategy there. Yeah, but those extra stops, his competition there, Will Farmer, is down a lap from him. And Dino also. Question is, can they make it back up? Or can Evan, they're battling for 11th place, but this is a battle, Good racing in FSB. Oh, I heard some tire smoke and the caution is out.
Will Farmer.
Oh my gosh. That changes everything.
This changes absolutely everything. Oh, this is gonna get good, folks.
Oh, hard into the wall there.
I'm gonna back that up and find it for him.
Yeah, I missed. I want to see it again too here. I just caught the tail end of your replay here. Well, you got a pit now. Everybody's got to come down pit road. Except for those guys that just pitted. These leaders.
But here we got it on
14 laps. What are you going to do?
Yeah, as the leaders catch the pace car, here's what happened to Will Farmer in the 2. So he's all by himself getting into turn 3.
Cold tires and pushing, long race.
You know what? I saw a big backfire out of that engine. He may have been clutching as well. And he just lost it going in there. Jeff Hale does a good job getting around him. Yeah, so this completely changes the race for guys like Hale. Well, for everyone, really, but...
Very good job there to watch his F screen and make sure that he didn't pull out in front of a car there.
Yep, absolutely. That's something you want to keep up at all time.
I mean, it's racing, so you're pushing. You crash sometimes. But those moments afterwards, keeping your head, it's just another thing I've seen that I liked. But it's not going to be his night for sure. The leaders are down pit road.
And I'm going to step aside for just a minute and come back and catch this, what should be a barn burner for restart. We will have our 10-lap backstretch rule suspended, new rule this season. So look for some fireworks going into turn 1.
Yeah, I need to grab a beer. It'll take me about 5 seconds. So just a little bit of dead air. Fast, huh? Old man can rumble. Wow, well, we got an exciting situation here now. Leaders have pitted. They will still be in the lead, 1-2 with equal tires. And we know how that DeCenza wants to get back, baby. Get back to where you once belonged. That's the Beatles for you youngsters there. Looking at the leaderboard now, all these guys, there's still 4 cars on the lead lap, looks like. How about that? Some cars on the tail end of the lead lap. Jeff Hale has disconnected. Wow, the 29 is gone. Not sure what happened there. 10-lap rule is in effect. Or will be. Lap cars must pit down pit road.
And I am back.
Well, we got the 10-lap rule. We got Jeff Hale has, for some reason, I don't know what happened to the 29, but he gone.
What?
Yeah.
That is shocking. That makes this well, once again a 4-car race, because TG Reese will get his lap back with the lucky dog. Back there he goes to whip around the field and pick that up.
Well, can DeCenza get around Slim here?
And what's Ryan Johnson got left in that car? Because he had plenty of opportunity to fix that right side damage.
Evan Castle, a lap down, hasn't pitted. Is right in the middle of that gaggle there.
Well, he's...
Or
that's
maybe
the thing.
he did.
Even if he pitted, everybody's a lap down except TG once he comes around.
Doesn't he need to go? Well, I guess he is in the back there. Okay.
Yeah, LTG will come.
I got you. Because everybody else is lap down. Got you. My bad. It's tighten those belts up one more time.
We're going to take this one side by side. On board, 3rd place Ryan Johnson, and TV cam focused on Mark DeCenza as the two of them try and steal this one, basically. Green flag is in the air.
But these guys, they know they're on TV, and they want to put on a show. Great start for Slim Jim Gailey in the 23. Mark's going to charge.
And that's where we see if Mark has better... Yeah, we're going to see if Mark has better short run speed. As if he does, it's the time to use it.
Right up to the quarter panel of the 23. Trying to look inside, it's Mark DeCenza on top. Slim Jim Gailey into the wall.
Oh no!
Mark DeCenza gets the lead.
To rocket to P1. With 8 to go.
Veteran. A little bit of wiggle waggle in the 6 car coming out of turn 2 there. Slim just barely brushed the wall. Does he have enough time? We know later in the runs, yes, came back to Mark, and Mark has let him by. This is for the win, so Mark's not letting nobody by.
No, sir. Meanwhile, Ryan just doesn't have the short run speed. He had the long run speed before. Who knows, maybe these two going at it, he'll still be able to reel him back in, but he's also got Rick Visconer nipping at his heels, even though he's a lap down. I really want to know what happened to Jeff Hale, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a shame. Never know. Sim racing life.
I'm looking at the scanner, and all it says is manually disconnected. No message put up. No connection timed out.
Mark DeCenza in the regular Chevrolet. Got the air on the nose, and he knows how to lead, and he loves to lead, and he loves to go balls to the wall, and that's what he's doing.
Took it in a little deep that time.
Woo! They're both pushing hard. They're both taking line. Slim is being real surgeon-like. Former league owner Jim Ray watching the broadcast said Slim in the wall.
Hey, Jim, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, buddy. And he's posted in the chat window.
Well, has Slim got anything left with
he's
7
made
to
a little
go?
ground, about a half a car length. He's coming up on him strong. Slim is very surgeon-like. The professor, he's hitting those lines, and now he's starting to make some ground here. Plenty of time left, right up on the quarter panel. About 3/4 of a car length behind. Right back on him again. Mark pushes harder that lap. Down the back straight. The palm trees. Mark taking that a little more outside in line. Slim trying to get the air on the nose.
Got a little apron there.
A little apron and a great corner for Mark there. Come on, son. Now he loses about 2 car lengths there. That whole session of 3-4 corners there, lost his rhythm. Mark DeCenza coming up on the white flag. 1 to go.
Slim's got using every bit of racetrack he can trying to get to that bumper. I think he maybe even scuffed the wall coming in.
Got to get to him then this next corner, and they're still got about a car length behind. Is he going to try to drive it in a little bit? About 3/4 of a car length.
He's there, but he needs a bigger slide than that out of Mark DeCenza.
Boy,
Slams the door.
DeCenza slams the door. Hit that checker flag. It's Mark
There
DeCenza.
it is. The rocket from the pole. Once again, we had a long green flag run. Made interesting at the end by a very late caution.
Woo! Man, man, he's shaking at that wheel right now, going, "Yeah, I just beat the professor."
I bet Slim's laughing.
Absolutely, there. That was good, hard racing. That's what he's here to do. Either way, it was going to be interesting. It was still set up for a great finish.
And Mark will just pull it on pit road. No burnouts for him.
He wants to make sure he can get on TV, before the sponsors moves to other programming. Another fantastic race. Great battles all the way through.
Yeah, some big surprises, and which we didn't expect there. Thought this one was pretty much in the bag for the professor, but it just goes to show you got to run them all. You never can tell.
Great run for the newcomer, Evan Castle, 8th place. Only one lap down with that fuel strategy and that timely caution and no mistakes after last week piling up the car. He's got to be really happy with that.
Absolutely.
Great battle there all the way. Ken Hansen really, after that first run, he was maybe P10 and got through all those cars, outpitted them and out-strategied them and outran them for a nice top 5 for Ken Hansen. But then we got our top 3 here. Ryan Johnson once again on the podium. How about that? TG just out there.
Yeah, Ryan made a great comeback from his pit woes and getting caught off strategy, bringing home P3 with some laps led. As I said before, it's a good points name. Yeah, good points night for Ryan. TG Reese 4th, Ken Hansen 5th, Brian Lamb with a strong 6th place run there. Rick Bisconer in 43 comes in 7th. Evan Castle 8th, as you said. Pops come in 9th. He had an adventure out there, but still managed to pull in a top 10 out of 12.
Yeah, that pit road exit.
Yeah, I thought that was going to cost him more dearly. Dino Francisconi rounds out your top 10. Will Farmer 11th with that late spin, and Jeff Hale 12th with the mystery retirement. We still don't know what happened there.
Well, he might have just had to go.
So it would seem.
Let's get our top 3 up here.
Absolutely.
User left your channel.
So, old Milt goes and grabs our top finishers there. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the broadcast tonight. Hopefully no technical issues this time. It was a fun one to bring you, even though looked like it was going to be Slim stinking up the show. It was fun to see different pit strategies play out. Would have been interesting to see how they played, if it got green all the way. But that's, like I said before, it just goes to show you never can tell. Count absolutely nothing until the checkers are in the air.
User joined your channel. User was moved to your channel.
And we have our 3rd place finisher, Ryan Johnson, up here in the booth with us. Ryan, great run tonight, good points night, way to persevere through some issues there. Looks like you had a bad pit stop, had some heavy right side damage, got caught off sequence, but you were even clutching at one point. Still brought it home P3 with some laps led. Tell us about your run, man.
Yeah, I know I caught some damage there, but what really got me was that first green flag flag pit stop. I just didn't hit it as well as everyone else and got caught well behind. The damage, I don't think it was that bad. And then me and Jeff were running there together, and I think he was kind of clutching too or slowing down, and was going to try and make it on one stop less. The caution came out at the right time, so I'm just ecstatic. Third place, I'll take it.
Yeah, we were interesting to see how that was going to play. We thought maybe you would be able to make one less stop than everybody, and if not win it, at least pull out where you were in third.
Yeah,
so it's good to
I
see it worked one way or the other.
I made it. I was really surprised to see. I don't know why Jeff Hill discoed. He disconnected himself there under that last caution. I don't know why, because he probably we'd have been racing for third there at the end. But either way, hey.
Yeah, that baffled us up here in the booth too. We're gonna have to track him down after we go off the air and figure out what happened there. I don't know. Maybe he just had to go. Wife hollering at him or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? Anyway,
who knows?
Good job again, Ryan.
I did have a good view of Slim and Mark, my teammates, there at the finish.
Yeah, it was an all checkered flag show up front, and I'm sure you're intending to run for the championship this season, right, Ryan? So nights like this go a long way towards that.
Yes, I do.
Great run, man. All right, Slim, looked like you had something for everybody. You had a huge lead under green, which was majority of the race. Pretty much had all but checked out. You must not have been too happy to see that caution flag.
Oh, you know how that goes. But no, I wasn't. And I figured I think it was just me and Ryan and Mark on the lead lap at that point. And I really thought those guys would do 2 tires. And I just didn't want to take a chance of losing the lead to him because I knew Mark had kind of figured things out, and I didn't want to lose anything to him. So I took a chance. When we got those first couple of laps down on the 2 rights that I took, the car just reacted different, and I wasn't prepared for it, and that allowed him to get by me. But if I hadn't done that, I think I could have held him off. I realized what I needed to do after that, and gave it all I had.
Yeah, awesome. He also had Hale in the mix until he mysteriously disconnected. I'm surprised that you went for 2. I would have wanted 4 with only, at the time, expecting 5 cars in the lead lap with TG taking the wave around. 2 tires, bold move.
Well, I ran the fastest laps of the race that I had ran on 2 tires. So
yeah, I guess
I don't really think it slowed him down any.
37.8, I think it was.
I had a 0.7 in there, I think I heard.
I guess you go faster when you don't care if they last more than 7 laps. So there you go.
And you could have got the track position on him, but you didn't. But and you still the history of the race was later on, after about 10 laps, you would gobble them up. So it was just right there. A couple more laps, you might have had a shot at him. But that's racing. But not to be denied, our winner, Chicken Dinner, or DeCenza, great run, buddy.
Now, were you on 2 or 4, Mark? I didn't see.
I took 4 at the end.
See, that was the winning move.
Yeah, Slim definitely had to feel covered. I mean, the first run I ran a little too hard, and I had a calibration problem, so I had to pit early, and it just, with no cautions, it kind of messed my whole. I had to pit early every time, and yeah, I'd come out a little ahead of him, and then he just gobbled me right back up. So, but I never was able to get back in the sequence because we didn't have no cautions. But Slim had to feel covered anyway. I didn't have anything for him, and then when I changed 4 and he changed 2, I got a run on him. I was going to settle for second because I've wrecked out with 2 to go 2 weeks in a row, and I really was going to settle for second, and then I got a run on him and went, and then he had said he took 2. I wasn't aware of that, but he definitely had to feel covered.
Yeah, I kind of kept that to myself.
You announced it over Team Channel, and I thought, he took 2?
I go, Slim, did you take 2? He goes, no, I took 4. I go, oh, okay. I'm like, wow, that was a fast pit. And then I got a run on him, and I'm thinking, really? And then he told me after I passed him, I took 2. So I started running too hard. I said, well, I could, with like 5 to go, I could back down a little bit. He's only got 2. And then he was right there again. And I'm like, oh, my God, I just better run. But he definitely had the field covered. And if it wasn't for that pit stop, he definitely would have had that race. But I'm just glad to finish one of these.
Yeah, you had some tough luck in those first 2 races, that's for sure.
Racing.
Yeah, the slings and arrows of sim racing luck.
Where it's weird, I don't know, last week or whatever night it was, I had took 2 rather than 4 in a race and 1 because I took 2. So, it happens.
Yeah, I had a race I won one once because I pitted too close to the wall at Pocono, and I wasn't planning on taking 2, but I took 2, and that got me out front. So sometimes it just works that way.
Big thumbs up to Checkered Flag Racing, man. Podium.
Yeah, no doubt.
1, 2,
Ryan
3.
had a good run.
That?
Yeah, we were currently tearing those cars down from frame rail to frame rail in post-race tech right now, trying to figure out what you guys have on the field.
Well, 23.
Yeah, I ran my fastest laps too at the end, and Slim ran it fast with 2 tires, his fastest lap. So
I must say, running with these 2 guys, and then even Isaac, when he's able to run, they make me better. So my game's improved. It's not a big improvement, but
you just need better luck.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah,
that's true sometimes. I think Sean would agree with me on that. So.
Yeah, last week was a prime example, and I even said it on air, of Ryan Johnson luck. I mean, just someone spins coming off pit road, and you had nowhere to go.
Yep.
So take heart that didn't happen tonight.
Yeah, I didn't get any black flags. I mean, that's like a victory for me tonight.
That is true for the Senza.
Yeah, I don't think you've gotten a black flag on air so far, and I always say, oh, here comes pit stops, and that's Mark DeSenza's Achilles heel. So I'm going to stop saying that and see what happens.
Well, I just try to pit a little slower now and just maybe try to make it up on a track rather than, my pits might be a little bit slower, but I try to stay under the speed limit rather than right at it if I can.
Slim was like locking them up every time.
Yeah, you're coming in with all 4 lit up. I was waiting for that speeding penalty to come for the 23.
Sean was like, I think we might have a speeding penalty. Nope. Well, I think we might have a
Man, I've ran with some good guys, and you got to give it everything you got, man. So that's what I do every time.
It was very exciting.
Absolutely.
Great show, guys.
Yeah, good job, everybody. Yeah, Slam, Mark, Ryan, definitely give it all you got every time. That's what we love to see. That's why you guys are champions. That's what we bring here at FSB. So come on out and join us if you're watching and thinking about dipping your toe in. Run something every night of the week and Saturdays too. Sunday mornings with Trans Am. Whatever you like, we got you covered here at FSB. Thanks again for coming up in the booth. Slim, Mark, and Ryan. What's that?
Like I used to say to Greg, Sean, you're a natural. Milt, you're a Milt.
And on that note, I bid you all good night. Catch you guys next week.